Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to you to our show Markets Today. I'm your host Mbithe Mwema. Now here on Markets Today, each and every single afternoon, we give you an overview of what is happening on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. We also get the captains of industry to speak to us about different concepts that you need to be brought up to speed on so that you can make relevant and timely as well as insightful investment decisions. It's midweek, it's Wednesday. I will be giving you an overview of what happened yesterday on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. I'll touch also briefly on some of the corporate events that came through, as well as the inflation numbers that have come through for the month of August 2020. Thereafter, when we take a short break, we will be joined by a lady from Safaricom talking to us about the business of technology. What does it portend and what are some of the opportunities that she sees from her space? Now remember, Ask Mbithe, which is the first starting point for Markets Today, is a place where we answer your questions. We haven't heard from you in a while. We would like to hear from you. Where are you watching us from? Give us your questions and we'll be able to answer them each and every single day. So for today, it's Wednesday. I would encourage you to reach out to us. Then tomorrow on Thursday, I will take the first 5 minutes of the show to answer your questions and give you any advice that you might be seeking for in as far as investments are concerned. Let's take a look at what is happening on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. The data is brought to you courtesy of Harvest, which is a subsidiary of the Metropole Group. A bit of an uptick across all the indices. We can see the NSE All Share Index slightly up by almost half a percentage point. NSE 20 Index also up. The NSE 25 Share Index also was up yesterday. Let's take a look at what the price movements for the different shares looked like. The next chart, please. Okay, as we wait for the next chart to come up, what we did see yesterday is a slight turn in terms of investor sentiment. We did see the foreign shareholders actually turn to net sellers across the NSE. Now recall, from last week on Wednesday, that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, as well as Monday, the beginning of this week, the foreign investors had turned net buyers across the blue chips. Yesterday, we saw them turn net sellers, and largely we saw a bit of profit taking on the East African brewery stock, which had reached a high of 166 shillings at the beginning of the month. If we look at the top movers for the day, Safaricom was the top mover, 2.3 million shares traded, followed by Cooperative Bank at 1.8 million shares traded. We saw a bit of activity there on I&M Holdings, 1.3 million shares traded. KCB 774, Kenya Re, a bit of activity there at 560,000 shares traded. Let's take a look at the price movements. I think we have the top gainers for the day. That's the next chart that's coming up on your screen. And we have Nairobi Business Ventures, again on a third day, trailing upwards, up 9 percentage points to 60 cents. We saw a bit of activity on Standard Chartered there. That's 5 percentage points up to 163 shillings point 75. We did discuss in detail the financial results that came through from Standard Chartered Bank on this show on Monday. And I think the read across for all the banks is the corporations are more or less okay. The bottom line is taking a huge hit because the managers have chosen to be prudent and largely increase the loan loss provisions. What are we saying? That there is the opportunity for some of these banks to see a capital gain from the levels they're trading at. Point of caution is be a bit cautious if you're going to be trading these banking stocks on the dividend, because the Central Bank of Kenya has said it has to give concurrence. In other words, it has to give sort of a light approval before any of these banks can actually pay out a dividend. Sanlam Kenya was up 5 percentage points. WPP Scan Group, that's already up 5% to 6.42. I hope you can join us on Friday. We'll be doing a deep dive in terms of looking at this particular stock on that day. Let's take a look at the top losers for the day. We had I&M Holdings down 7 percentage points. This was one of the top gainers in the previous day. Diamond Trust also coming off, and if you had joined us on Monday, we had talked about Diamond Trust back. On paper, it does look like it's heavily discounted and there's an opportunity to buy it, but then they are sitting on a lot of things in terms of their financials that actually don't make sense. And the analysts that we have hosted here say, yes, it does look cheap, but it is equivalent to a value. You'll probably be putting your money in and not chasing a very good opportunity. And looks like the market is actually also thinking the same way, and the stock is down now 4%. Uchumi down 3.3. British American, this is not the tobacco company, this is British American Insurance, is down 2.6 percentage points. Okay, I think there's a bit of a typo there. Home Africa is down 2.3% to 0.42. We take a short break, and when we come back, we will be speaking to a member of the Safaricom team on technology, the business of technology, and the opportunities this space portends. Don't go anywhere. See you after the break. Good day.